I've been starting with this primer called One Size, and it's secured the blur pretty much almost through this. That tells you how much I actually like it. I just squeeze a good amount onto the palm of my hand, and then I take it and I just kind of pat it all over my face. And then I rub it on the back of my hands too. I let this sit and then I go dampen my beauty blender. The next thing I've been using, this is a new item from City Beauty. You guys know I love their lip plumping glosses. And this is a lip oil. I've actually been putting it on before I put my makeup on. My lips have been so dry this winter. It's been so crazy. Also, I tried this for the first time today. Colleen Rothschild, I love their products, as you know. They discontinued their vitamin C serum. Now they have a vitamin C nourishing cream. It is so nice, so moisturizing. It does not sit on top of your skin. It has a very, very, very slight citrusy scent. It is so good. So I asked over on Instagram what foundation, lip, and eye you guys wanted to see. And you guys wanted to see the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. Have this in the color 4.5. Comes in a glass bottle, and it also has a pump to it. I'm a big fan of a pump in a foundation. I use my trusty little thing here. I pump out 2 pumps, and then I'm going to use my beauty blender. Oh my gosh, that's not the first thing I've been doing. It's not even the third thing I've been doing. It's one of those days, guys. All right, forgot my corrector. Every single time I get ready, I use this, minus a day like today where I almost forgot it. This is the Tarte CC corrector. I have it in the color light medium. I take just a jewel fiber brush and I put a little bit under my eyes because you do not need much of this. And you might be saying, Lisa, you said to use a damp beauty blender with it. I also use it on any spots I might have, like I have a red spot there from my filler. Just anything I might have. If there's anything left on the brush, on the edge of my nose maybe. But then I take my beauty blender. The beauty blender is the key part. If you don't use the beauty blender, it is a very thick product, but it's so nice. And then I just take it over any of those spots that I also took it over. Then I still don't do my foundation yet. The next thing I use, I have been using this. I got this bronzing stick. It's from Rare Beauty. This, for my fair skin, is the best bronzing stick I've used. So I put one swipe, not on the cheekbone, not too far down, right above it. I don't do well with too far down. And then I take it across my forehead, just right like that. Then I go down the sides of my nose, across the front, and then I go right on my jawline. You won't believe what I just did. I grabbed the wrong cap. I grabbed the Hourglass cap instead of this, and I slammed it in there. Oh man, I have to figure out how to get that out of there. Ugh. All right, I don't want this to dry. Using my favorite brush for blending any cream bronzers in. It's from Tarte. It's fairly inexpensive. It's just such the perfect size. It gets right where you want. It blends everything. It's a dual fiber brush. So it's a synthetic brush. It works so well. I love this brush. Now we're going to take that damp beauty blender. I still can't believe I did that to this cap. Ugh. I'm going to take the sponge. I'm going to go in, and now I'm going to go in. I always start on my lower cheeks and work my way through. I'm going to put my foundation on. I'll be right back. Tell you, I'm still sitting here shaking my head about that. Bobbi Brown palette. This is called the Day and Light Eyeshadow palette. It is a very, very pretty palette. It has good light colors to it, but still has that dark tone to it. I like Bobbi Brown shadows. To this color right here, I've got a Tarte dual-sided brush. This is new to me. I'm going to use the flat side, tap it off, and I'm going to go right on my lid and up into the crease just a little bit. Not actually, you know what? We're going to go all the way up. We're going to go, and don't worry about being messy over here. It doesn't matter. I am legitimately just placing it down on the lid and then taking it and working it up and out. You're gonna clean up that outer side and that outer corner later. Then I'm gonna flip that brush over and I'm gonna go in the lighter color right over here. And I'm gonna, oh, forgot to tap that off. I'm gonna put a little bit right on my lid, not all the way to the outside corner, just in the center there. And the inner corner, just on the lid. I'm just doing this because I changed my mind how I wanted to do this. I originally thought I wanted that darker color all over. I changed my mind. I only want it really in the crease. So we're gonna change that up there. Then I'm gonna take a smaller brush. I'll link all of my brushes down below. We're gonna go in this more pinky highlight color right here. And just put a little bit right under the brow bone. I mean, like, you can see I'm just barely touching it down. Then I take that same color, I do the inner tear duct on one side, same thing on the other side. Then I'm gonna take the fluffy side of that brush. And I'm gonna go back in that darker pink color that we talked about, but I'm gonna take a little bit of this color right here, which is kind of like, do you guys remember MAC Soft Brown? Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. I'm going to take that and go all the way up into that brow bone and then to the outer corner and just kind of work its way around. I have been using this liner. It's from ColourPop. It's a liquid liner and it's in a really, really dark brown. This can be found at Target. And I've been taking this and going right at my lash line as close as I can go. Then I've been taking just an angled brush and the darkest brown and going over that and kind of setting it. Wipe off any excess that might be under the face. You can see a little bit right there under the face, under the eyes. And this kind of really gives it a smudged out look and kind of just evens it out. Then I've been going back to using my heart shape tape. And I think the key is I found a color that works for me. It is light medium honey. I put a dot there. I put a little swipe in that outer corner. That was more than I usually do. I just usually do a tiny little swipe. I go down the center of my nose. I go in through here. Then I'm taking it around the edges of my nose on the areas here. I don't know why I've been doing this. It's just what I've been doing. And you guys seem to be enjoying seeing recently. And I use that same beauty blender. What I've been doing. Because I feel like I do this too. When I watch people, I'm like, I go back to a video that they did and I'm like, with their makeup, and I'm like, that's not how it looks now. And sometimes the littlest tweaks make such a difference. So I'm going all the way up under the eye and then I'm using this to swipe up. And I'm going up pretty high because I'm cleaning up under the eye and I'm also cleaning up that outer corner. Same thing on this side. Next up, I have gone back to, actually I'm going to show you this, gone back to an old favorite. The Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush. Okay, so this one is like at the end, but I am determined to get that little bit out. And then this one is pretty far in, but I already have a new one. So what I've been doing is I've been taking my hourglass brush. I usually use the big side because I'm trying to get to the end of this and use it all up. I've been using this and going like this, and then I start under my eyes. I've been using the same powder under my eyes as the rest of my face, yes. And then I go in my nose and in my T-zone. And I am determined to get this out of here. I don't know why. I have another one. I've got this one. So now I'm going into the big side and I'm kind of going all over. I don't have time to sit there and do that for the rest of my face. I don't mind doing it for the little areas, but I just don't have time for the rest of it. This brush is so good. All right, I'm gonna clean up my brows now. I have not been doing anything to my brows other than cleaning them up. And then I've been using this like pencil from Tarte. It's in the color, I think it's called Eye Awake, and it's a brightening pencil. It can be used on the waterline to clean up your brow bone. I did not do that. And the top of your Cupid's bow, and there was one other place they used it, I don't remember. So I have been using it on my waterline. I'm just going in. Before I do anything else, this is the first thing I do as far as eyeliner. You know what, let's put a little bit on the Cupid's bow. Let's see what this does. Alrighty, why not, right? Doesn't hurt. Then I'm gonna go back in with that pinkish color and that kind of soft brown color in a angled brush or a flat brush, and I'm just gonna touch it down right below where I just put that little bit of brightener. This is just causing like a little bit of a shadow. I don't know what it is. Something about this I've really been enjoying. Now I'm going to go in and curl my lashes. After my lashes are curled, I go in with this is so sad. It's the end. I can sharpen it maybe 1 or 2 times. I have a backup of it. I had to pull it out to figure out the full name. It's the Wonder Super Stay Liner. I use this in the dark charcoal brown. This is by far the best thing I have found for the waterline that just stays like nothing I've ever seen. Just to show you what it looks like with it and without it. It's super creamy. It's easy to apply. It does not tug at your eye. It doesn't bother your eyes. It is so easy. The only downside is the sharpening at the very end of it. Next, going in with my all-time favorite lash combo. This is hands down, by far, the best lash combo I have used. I use the lash primer. I do one eye, then the other, and then I also will say the other part of this, it's actually a trio, is the new lash serum. Right now, it has been on sale on Nordstrom. It's normally $95 for one. And then every once in a while they have this like set, like usually during the anniversary sale, and it's 2 for $95. And right now I think 2 of them is $65, $70. That's crazy. 1 tube of that lasts me 6 months. So 1 box of 2 of them lasts me a year. I use it every single night. Best lash serum out there. And that was the Urban Decay Subversion is the lash primer, and then the mascara I use is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. Has a plastic bristle wand, so be aware of that if you don't like it. But oh my gosh, I love my lashes with this combo. I love them. Now my newest blush obsession. This is by Tarte. I think the full name is the Tarte Blush Tape. They also have a bronzer one, but it's been sold out. I don't know. I like that one that I've been using. So you turn the top. I always forget which way. You squeeze it, and then I'm going to just go right up and around. I kind of go on my apples and then up and out. I put a little bit up in my forehead, kind of in my hairline. And then they sell a brush, but when I bought it, it came in a set with the blush. And this brush is perfect for this. It is so, so pretty. You just tap it on and work it in, and it really just sits in the right area. It moves the product enough. This blush has a beautiful like highlight to it as well. It is just so stinking pretty. I love it, love it, love it. And yes, I put this on over the powder that I had already used. I don't know, it's just what works for me. I do take what's left on the brush and just kind of go over that a little bit, but it is such a pretty color. I love it so much. When they had the sale going on, I bought another one as a backup. Then I also asked on my Instagram what lipstick you guys suggested you wanted to see. The NARS Power Mate. This is in the color Live Freak, which is a little bit of kind of a pinky plum color. So I'm going to use the Tarte Maracuja lip liner in the color Soft Pink. These are great. They also have a sharpener down at the end. I actually just picked up a new color one in the color Buff, but we're going to use Soft Pink today because I think that goes best with this. I'm going to start on the outside and work my way in. Can't talk much while I do this. Now you don't need a lip liner with this. I'm just a lip liner girl. This has a stiffer brush. I have a couple of these and it doesn't move a lot, but you can actually use it to line as well. It's almost like lining and then filling in. Because it has such a stiff brush, you're able to do that. It is a very pretty nudie, beigey, pinky tone. I do let this sit for a minute and dry down. Now that it's dried down a little bit, I love this lipstick. It's from Anastasia and it is in the color Tease. It's a very pretty color and has such a nice sheen to it that I just like it. Right in the center. This is a very pretty lipstick. I will put a gloss on, but I'm gonna do my hair for you guys. And I don't want my hair getting in it because I'm going to use the Dyson. All right, couple key things. I am using my Dyson today. I'm using the larger of the 2 barrels that come in the set, clipping that in, Couple key things. So I've got the Dyson. I'm gonna pull my hair down. I'm not gonna be able to, I'm gonna have to like do this with sound off because this thing is loud. I'm gonna part my hair. I have been parting it on the side again. And then I go through and I'm gonna separate some of it off and twist it up. Use my alligator clips, clip that in, do the same thing on this side, grab a bunch of it. Just a good section on the top. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Use that alligator clip. Then I'm gonna go in with a heat protectant spray. And I like this one from Monat. It actually is the one I use when I use the Dyson because it is wetter than the aerosol one I typically use from, who's that from? I think it's Dry Bar is who I usually use. So I go through and kind of just saturate my hair a little bit. It's not like soaking wet, but it makes it a little damp, which is also great when you are using a Dyson. Okay, so we've got that. I have not done that with these top pieces. So now I'm gonna turn it on and I'm gonna go through and do all of my hair. Now I'm gonna take this top part down. I'm gonna take this clip and I'm gonna use it to hold this side over, making sure I got all of it. So now I'm gonna take this section that was on the top here, brush through it, just gently. Then I'm gonna use that heat protectant spray up here. And from this side, when I bring the top section down, I start in the back and work my way forward. When I get up to the part that has my shorter pieces that I have cut in, I take them all together because I want them to be a bigger kind of like swoop. Now that I'm moving on to the other side, I release the top off and then I take the other one because it's whatever way this curls away from your face. Now, another key thing I will mention is that what I'm doing is I am having the heat on for 10 seconds on each curl, and then I put the cool blast on for 10 seconds and release. I let this sit however it is. This side's higher. See how this side's kind of starting to soften a little bit? Got a weird curl right there. Another key thing is as I'm curling my hair in between, as soon as I turn it off and let the curl fall, I turn the heat back on so it continually keeps the heat on the Dyson. Then I have been using this, which is new to me. It is from Buxom. It is called the Plump Shot, I think it's called, in the color Soft Blush. And this is nice. It is not a tingly, it has a slight tingle, but not a lot. But it gives such a pretty sheen. It's like vanilla and mint. Very creamy, very smooth. Now I'm gonna take my Navy Pebble Beach Dry Texture Spray. I've used so many texture sprays over the years, guys, and by far, this is the best one I have used. I go through and just do little shots of it, kind of up under the hair a little bit, not necessarily on top. This stuff smells so good. I am very particular about hair products, and this one smells amazing and really works. Then after that has been applied, I go through my last thing. I use this every single day. It is from Monat. It is the Rejuvenique oil. I will never go without this. I take it, I use about one pump. I go 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. I just set that back down. I use it and I just kind of pull the curls apart, and I kind of just give them a little bit of that oil on the ends. It makes it feel so nice. And I've not stuck this back in. I just have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's a little bit more in there. And I do the same thing on this side, and I go through the tops and just kind of give that, it just gives it such a good feel, such a shine. It gives it such a healthy look. I love that oil. I use it day and night. It is something I never go without. So that's it. That's all of my makeup and hair that I have been doing recently. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you picked up any tips, tricks, or you found a product you might want to try, I'd love to hear about that.